A 45-year-old Mpumalanga police sergeant was asleep in his bed when his girlfriend picked up his service pistol and fired 5 times. Community members and South Africans in general were left asking one question: what could have happened between these two people that brought them to this moment? When the perpetrator presented her reasons in court, the answer did not bring clarity, but rather more questions. This is the story of Sergeant Mandla Nkosi Happy Twala. Let's get into it. Sergeant Mandla Nkosi Happy Twala, known to many as Mandla, was a 45-year-old member of the South African Police Services from Gedlembani, near Pinar in Mpumalanga, which is about 30 kilometers away from Mbombela. Mandla was stationed at Kabokweni Police Station, where he had been working for many, many years. While not much is known publicly about Mandla's life outside of this case, court records show that from 2021, he was in a romantic relationship, with a woman named Zanele Mkhondo. Zanele was 27 years old and he was 44 when the relationship started in 2021. In January 2022 until July that year, the couple lived together in Mandla's house, where Mandla was living alone before. Now Zanele moved in and they were together until July, when they got into an altercation and Zanele decided to move back to Masoyi. However, despite no longer living together, the relationship did not completely end. The couple continued seeing each other, and once in a while Zanele would go and visit Mandla's house. Now, neither Zanele nor Mandla had any presence on social media, so information related to whether either of them had children, whether Mandla had been married before, the nature of his relationships before, none of that is known, and this is in part because the media coverage into this case was very poor. But nonetheless, tragedy was struck on the 2nd of August 2022. According to Zanele, the day had started with Mandla picking her up at home, taking her to the shops as the two had planned. But instead of dropping her back home at her parents' house, Mandla decided, allegedly against her wishes, he decided to drive back to his house. She said that she was very angry because she had planned to go home, and now essentially she was being held hostage. At the house, tensions escalated, and she says that in the middle of arguing with Mandla, she receives a phone call from an ex-boyfriend of hers and decides not to answer the phone. However, despite deciding not to answer that call, the phone call only served to escalate the argument with Mandla. She then alleges that Mandla began swearing at her. Later, he breaks down in tears, crying and threatening that he was going to kill her and then kill himself. She says that he had his service pistol in his hands, and she tried to calm him down, took the pistol from him and placed it inside a bedside drawer. Afterwards, the two of them engaged in intercourse, which she describes as very aggressive. She says that it was so aggressive that she asked him to stop, and he stopped and fell asleep. Still upset, she said that she looked in the drawer where the pistol was, picked it up, walked to his side of the bed, and fired 5 shots. 2 bullets struck him on the head, while the rest of the bullets, 3 of them, struck his upper body. That attack left him no chance of survival. A police officer who had spent his career protecting the public, killed in his own bed by his own service pistol. If you care about this type of storytelling, telling stories of victims who are no longer here to tell their own stories in a manner that is respectful, dignified and well-researched. Please like this video. That ensures that it reaches more people and helps the channel grow. In addition, if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing. After the shooting, Zanele left the property, taking with her Mandla's Volkswagen Polo Classic, his cell phone, as well as the service pistol that had been used to kill him. As she traveled out of the area, she realized that there was a roadblock ahead of her and decided to throw the pistol out the window while driving before she got to the roadblock. The following day, the pistol was actually picked up by members of the public who took it to the nearest police station. Meanwhile, concern was growing among Mandla's family members when his mother was unable to contact him for several days. After many unsuccessful attempts, she phoned a neighbor, and in a chilling conversation that was later relayed by the neighbor, she said, "Please go and check on my son. I fear that he may have been killed because I've not heard from him in days." It's not clear why Mandla's mother was quick to believe that her son may have been killed. Maybe it's, as they say, the motherly instinct, or maybe it's that she knew the type of person her son was, that he was not the type to be silent for days unless something very serious had happened to him. The neighbor went inside the house and, of course, made a devastating discovery. The police were immediately called, and when investigators arrived, of course, they found him lying in bed, motionless, of course, with visible gunshot wounds. They also realized that several important items were missing: his SAPS issued firearm, his cell phone, as well as his vehicle. And the 5 gunshot wounds, as well as the fact that there was no gun, indicated immediately to police that this was a case of murder rather than anything else. And the case was assigned to the Hawks Serious Organized Crime Investigation Unit in Mbombela, and detectives started reconstructing the final hours of Mandla's life on Earth and speaking to neighbors, speaking to people that knew him, and gathered through various individuals that Mandla had an on-again, off-again girlfriend who sometimes came, who had at some point even lived with him. In addition to that, police were also tracing the stolen items that had been taken when Mandla was killed. And somewhere in the bushes not far from the area, they recovered the VW Polo Classic. In addition, his cell phone was also inside the vehicle. And of course, I mentioned earlier that the weapon had been found on the side of the road. And all that evidence was now starting to come together. At the same time, a friend of Zanele called the police, informing them that Zanele had called her on the night of the murder and confessed to her that he had killed the police officer. So 8 days after the murder of Mandla Thwala, on the 10th of August 2022, Zanele was arrested and appeared before the KwaNyamazane Magistrate Court and was formally charged in connection with the killing. And because of the seriousness and the allegations in this case, she remained in custody. Over the following months, she tried over and over again to secure bail, but each time her bail was unsuccessful. As a result, she remained in custody until the end of the case. When the matter eventually came before the Mpumalanga High Court in Mbombela, Zanele made a few appearances in court, and many expected a lengthy trial to begin. But instead, the case took a very different direction. In November 2023, Zanele pleaded guilty to premeditated murder. That plea removed any dispute regarding who had killed Sergeant Thwala and shifted the court's attention to sentencing. She could no longer go to trial and deny killing him or indicate that it was self-defense or anything else, because she agreed that this was premeditated murder. So in South Africa, premeditated murder is among the most serious offenses under South African law because it involves planning or deliberate intent rather than a spontaneous act committed in the heat of an argument or heat of a moment. The court considered all the circumstances surrounding the offense, the seriousness of the crime, and the various reports around this case before coming to a sentence. And the prosecution in this case insisted that the sentence that should be given to Zanele should be harsh because she had not been remorseful. First, she had murdered Mandla. She had stolen from him after murdering him. She had thrown away his things and even wanted to portray herself as the victim. They argued that she came up with a lot of lies to explain why she had killed him, and her sentence should be harsh. In the end, Zanele Mkhondo was sentenced to a 20-year direct imprisonment sentence for the premeditated murder of Sergeant Mandla Nkosi Happy Twala. As I mentioned earlier, the media coverage for this case was very poor. So there is no information on family members on either side or anything of that nature. But let me know in the comment section what you think about the story. Do you believe Zanele's version of events for that night, that she had feared for her life, that he had threatened to kill her and kill himself? And what are your thoughts on the 20-year sentence? On social media, some have argued that if she feared for her life and thought that he was going to kill her and then kill himself, the sentence should be much lighter. While others have argued that she has taken a life. She used his service pistol to kill him, and that the sentence, the only fair sentence in this case, would have been life in prison. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section, which is sure to generate an interesting dialogue about this case and gun violence in South Africa in general. Thank you so much. Please remember to like this video and consider subscribing. I will see you hopefully in the next video.